Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Makiyam. Man, we back again. I got cut off, man. Hey, Salakia. I went to handle something on the comment board. Let me make sure this is running. Hey, Salakia. Here we go. So, yeah, I went to handle something on the comment board. And it ended up knocking me out. It was still running. Timing was going. I know it's all the subscribers. Not subscribers, but everyone I was watching. It went straight to 0. But I just let it ride and just... I'm going through the lesson. I'm like, wait, let me just check real quick. Esau knocked me out. Esau knocked me out, man. I went to handle something on the comment board, and Esau knocked me out. Golly. It's all good, though. Hey, we back. I noticed where I left up. I was reading this article, so I just want to continue what I was... This information has to come out, man. Hey, shalom. Hey, shalom, shalom. Yeah, the information has to come out. All right, so let's go. I'm going to just continue at where I left off. I mean, let me see here. Where did I leave off? Right here. All right. So back in the article. All right. Hey, let's open up. All right. Shalom. Hey, first and foremost, let's give all praise, honor, and glory. I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Hey, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundation of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel. And again, this is a part 2. I got cut off. All right. Oh, man, evil E, man. But needless to say, hey, you already know. It's how you know you're doing something right through the spirit, you know? But anyways, back in the article, all right, for those of you that were with us earlier, all right, I got an article from Zero Hedge. All right, and hey, shalom, beloved. I got an article from Zero Hedge. Again, it's titled "America's Growing Pushback Against Data Centers." All right, and we're just gonna jump right back where we left off, man. It's pretty much talking to the situation that took place in Franklin Township, Indiana, where Esau's trying to erect a data center. Right, but the people are coming up against it, man. And we're gonna get into it right now. So back in the paragraph I left off in. So I'm gonna have to start up a little. I'll start up and I'll just read, you know what I mean, through the spirit. All right, continuing on in the article. Google had planned to rezone nearly 500 acres for a massive hyperscale data center campus that representatives said will consume about millions of gallons of water a day, place heavy loads on electricity infrastructure, disrupt quiet neighborhoods and with noise and lighting, right, and receive generous tax breaks while providing minimal, permanent local jobs. It looked inevitable. Corporate lawyers had filed the paperwork, local officials had the vote on the calendar, and residents were already bracing for the outcome. So they thought they had this lock, stock, and barrel, right? Check this out. But in the weeks leading up to that vote, Franklin Township neighbors began to organize. Neighbors of all backgrounds, farmers, homeowners, parents, retirees, organized across political lines. They put up yard signs and launched a Facebook group that quickly drew hundreds of members and launched a resident petition that gathered 7,600 plus signatures. They wrote and called their council representatives, and word spread through churches, schools, and community meetings. By the time of the final hearing, the chamber was packed wall to wall with residents standing shoulder to shoulder in opposition. They had packed City Hall so tightly that the chamber was standing room only. So here it is. Esau thought he had this thing lock, stock, and barrel. He was going to erect this data center over there in Indiana. The people gathered together, man. All right, and went to City Hall, right, in opposition to this plan. You see, Esau, again, when you read the book of Job, all right, chapter the 20th chapter, right, and this is all we need, honestly, at this point in this article. Let's go to prophecy, because prophecy tells us the condition, the position, the state, all right, that evil E will be in as he tries to crown his enterprise of no success, right? The book of Job, chapter 20, and verse 22, and it reads, "In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked, okay, shall come upon him. All right, and I want to go get this in the blue letter, for you new listeners that may not know. This is one of the only times, one of the rare precepts you will see wicked, where it's not referring to evil E, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, or Jake. All right, because when you see wicked in the Bible, and also when you go into the book of Ezekiel, I think it's 18, that's talking to Jake, right? If the wicked that won't listen, if you tell them to repent, their blood's off our hands, they're going to die anyway. That's talking to Jake. You see, but the majority of the time when you see wicked, it's talking to Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. All right, real quick. But and this is why you got to look up words. Our elders and apostles teach us, you got to look up words. Right, the book of Job, chapter 20. You got to understand the context of the scripture, right? You got to know a little bit, you got to know Hebrew, you got to know some Latin, you got to know some Greek. You got to make it make sense. You got to tap in. All right, so the book of Job, and obviously I'm speaking to the new listeners. The book of Job, chapter 20, and verse 22, in the blue letter Bible, right? We're going to get this word, wicked.
Strong's H 6001. A male.
Right, and it goes into what? It goes into the laborers, the sufferers, man. The wretched ones, right? The laborers, the workmen, man. And notice how everyone that gathered were all workmen, from farmers to parents to teachers to, you see? That's prophecy speaking, man. And when I read that article, I'm like, whoa, you see, that's prophecy. What we're witnessing. That's prophecy. Right in our face, man. All right, the people are coming up against this dude. And the fullness of his sufficiency, when he's at the point where he's see, because the infrastructure is already laid. You see? He's just trying to finalize it through these data centers. You see? That's where it'll come into its perfection if he can get these data centers laid out all across Babylon, man. Which is going to support this NWO, this fourth industrial revolution, this government, this technocracy that he's trying to bring forth, right? Which is a government, it's a technology-based government, okay? But he needs these data centers in efforts to be able to communicate within this new system he's trying to bring forth. This diabolical system that evolves around 15-minute cities, man. All right, and electric vehicles. But anyways, that's the spirit. That's beautiful, man. And this man, as we titled it through the spirit, he's being carried headlong. I titled it. I believe I titled it that, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Or he's falling headlong. Let's go look. Yup, evil E is falling headlong. Oh, let's go ahead. Salakia. So let's go get that precept. Evil E is falling headlong. Right? Because when you get that in Job, the 5th chapter, it makes a few very heavy points, man. The book of Job, chapter 5, and verse 13, and it reads, no, we're going to start at verse 12, and it reads, Job 5 and 12, and it reads, he disappointed the devices of the crafty. Who's he? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. He's disappointing the devices, the plans, the plots of the wicked, the crafty, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, starting with the elite. They're the crafty. They're the ones doing this dirty work in the dark, thinking that nobody sees them, man. And the scriptures say, woe to you that try to hide your counsel from the Lord, man. Woe to you, man. Destruction unto you, man. You see? Ultimately, right, it's the Lord's wisdom that's searching you out. As a matter of fact, I got a precept. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. I want to say that's 44. Yup. Verse 25. We're going to start up, though. Verse 24. Thus, we're going to go back to that Job. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord Yahweh, that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself. This is the power that we serve, Akiyam and Akwath. We serve an omnipotent power, okay? A power that his power is unexplainable, man. He's so powerful, man. And that scriptures tell us in 2 Ezra 8, his throne is inestimable, man. It can't be measured. where the angels, the host of heaven, bow before him, man, in fear. You see, this is the power that we serving, man. And this is the power that's about to be introduced to the earth. All right, once again. And these people are going to remember, starting with Jake, because Jake forgot who their power is, right? And Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, going to go toe-to-toe. All right, he's going to call himself going toe-to-toe, all right, with the highest power conceivable in the form of his only begotten son. And according to prophecy, he's going to lose utterly. All right, he just don't know it yet or believes it. He doesn't believe it, right? Continuing on, this is the point. Verse 25, that frustrated the tokens of the liars. You see, the Lord's wisdom, great wisdom, is frustrating the tokens of the liars, which is Esau. You see, the Lord has Esau in the trick bag. Esau thinks he's just moving around and doing him, and gathering in these various think tanks, the G7 meetings, and thinking that these world economic government meetings, and they're just in here planning and plotting and coming to a conclusion. We're gonna do this by 2050. We'll have a data center in space. We'll be in the moon, and within 2 decades, being able to utilize the moon for a source of energy, so we can make our way to various other planets in the solar system. This is what these niggas did, and they're not talking about maybe or if, or they're saying this is what they're going to do. This is how it's gonna play out. You see, that's the pride in this guy. But no, this is the reality. That frustrated the tokens of the liars and maketh diviners mad. Right, a diviner going back to a wizard or a witchcraft. Right, and we know this is what Esau has been established on since its inception, pursuant to Isaiah 47. Right, that turneth wise men backward and maketh their knowledge foolish. See, because the wisdom of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is always going to supersede, all right, the wisdom of this world. All right, the wisdom of Esau. Let's go back to that Job. And I'm gonna be late for work. I'm already late for it. I don't even give a damn. The Wadi Yahweh Shemel Shah. I got a new phone. My manager can't call me. We'll have a alibi for him. You know what I'm saying? I had a new phone. Hey, you already know. This comes first, doing the work. Obviously, we're not gonna destroy ourselves. It's all through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, but this has to come out, man. I can't let Esau do me like that, man. That first video, man. Back in the book of Job, chapter 5, and verse 12 again, and verse 13 is the point we'll close out. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, man. You see, so Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is intercepting this guy. He's putting the spirit on these people to do what they did. You see? The Lord's working on the minds of these kings to operate the way they're moving. He got a waristic, if that's a word, spirit on Putin. But Putin's not taking no plea bargain. The stage is set. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, hey, he's making this. He's making his words are being fulfilled, man. You see, the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is faithful and true. You see, and we know and understand that Esau's not going to perform his enterprise, man. He's not going to be able to perfect it. He's gonna get it off the ground for a brief moment, but like scriptures tell us, the Lord's gonna descend upon him while he's eating. If I'm not mistaken, that's the same book. But anyways, verse 13, he taketh the wise and their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. You see that? As a matter of fact, let's go get this word headlong real quick. Because to my recollection, I think it goes back to moving like quickly or something like this. Back in the Blue Letter Bible, we're going to go get this word headlong in Job 5 and 13.
Strong's H4116. Mahar.
Right, mahar. There we go. Right? It means to what? To hasten. To be hurried. To be anxious. Look. To hasten. Prepare quickly. Do quickly. Bring quickly. Why is Esau moving like this? Why is Esau moving at the rate of Project Warp Speed? Because they know they're running out of time. This is their reality, and they know it. This is why they have a doomsday clock. They know Esau knows he's on borrowed time. Okay, when you move like this, when you move anxious, when you move in a haste, impetuous, right? When you move, you make mistakes. You see, you're sloppy, right? You end up missing the mark because it's not thought through thoroughly. It's not truly organized to where it'll be successful. He's not thinking about the long run. He's not, considering this. He's not considering that. Let's get this in the Good News Bible, as a matter of fact, and we'll close out. Let's get Job 5, 12 and 13 in the Good News Bible, and let's see what we got with that. The book of Job, chapter 5, verse 12 and 13 in the Good News Bible, and they put it together. Look at, he upsets the plans of cunning people and traps the wise in their own schemes, so that nothing they do succeeds. Man. The Lord's truly beautiful, amazing, man. Okay, and we're witnessing we're witnessing, the works of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai real time in the form of articles, in the form of media, in the form of just the events that are taking place on the earth. And just the Lord, for those of us that have the ability to be able to marry it with prophecy, man, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm speechless, man. Like, the Lord is literally working right now, man. He's working. And you got these peons, 2/3 of our people and the rest of them that can't see it for what it is. But they're not supposed to be able to, man, because they're part of this matrix system. And they're supposed to get caught up in it. Hey, somebody got to die in this movie, man. That's just the reality. And there's those that got to get delivered and saved up out of it, man. So the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for the spirit, for the Rakak Wadash, man. This is great mercy. Because we can clearly see the Lord's working, man. And that article right there alone, prophecy speaking. Prophecy speaking loud and clear, man. Esau is in a conundrum. He's in a strait. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place, man. He's not in a position where things are just flowing his way. He's running circles around the heathen. He's able to deceive and lie and blame Jake. Yeah, great accusations coming upon Jake. But here it is. The world's not buying it. As they gaze upon this guy and see the type of warmongering he's been doing since his inception, man. Here it is. You trying to blame Jake for all your problems, man. You're trying to blame the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans for the reality of your whole system crashing, man. No, man, it's not gonna work. You see, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. See, the elect are gonna be blameless, man. At the end of the day, why? Because of the blood of Yahweh Shai and the testimony that they hold, and that's just the reality, man. You're not gonna win, Evil E. Okay, you're not gonna be able to, continue your madness. All right, you're gonna actually be met up at the crossroads by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for all the atrocities that you have done. All right, for all the bloodshed that you've caused, that so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. For all the destruction you've done to the planet Earth, for the destroying of the ecosystem, for polluting the oceans, the air, space junk, for blaspheming the Holy Spirit of Yahweh. You got a lot to pay for, bro. Okay, and you're out of your mind if you think you ain't gonna pay for it. All right, and through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, I'm gonna leave it right there. All right, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, for being, that true power, to Israel, man. He's our power. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is our power, man. We're truly blessed. We got the true living power, man. While these people are immersed in idols and false hopes and vain visions, we got the true power, man, of all heavens and earth. Well, you can go into a book, an ancient book, that's not just a book, but you can make it make sense real time. Everything is just you could just paint the picture through prophecy, man. Man, this is beautiful, man. We're about to go home, Akiyam and Aqua. Stay locked in, stay faithful, stay prayed up, fast as well as play, stay locked in. Hey, the Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for mercy. Hey, Akiyam and Aqua, if you're gonna fall, understand you're gonna fall, you're gonna stumble, but get back up and keep fighting. You know, keep fighting this good fight of faith, man. You know, and hope until the end. You know, because we're prisoners of hope. You know, hope until the end, man. But right now, it's for certain that the Lord called us. The Lord called us, beloved Akim and Akwat. He's called us. We're hoping and praying that He's chosen us, man. All right, and this is what we're locking in for, man. Lord willing, with those precious spirits foreordained, you know, preordained to be delivered out of Babylon the Great or wherever we're scattered, one way or another, man. All right, because we understand that even through death, there's salvation even through death, man. Pursuing the 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter. But I'm going to leave you with that, beloved Akim and Akwat. All right, Lord willing, you were edified. All right, Lord willing, you were, you know, built up through the Spirit. You know, Lord willing, you know, you were informed. All right, hey, this right here should be a faith booster. Esau thinks he's gonna just, you know, oh yeah, we're gonna build some data centers, man. Yeah, let's put them right here. Boom, boom, boom. Now the people are coming up against him. Esau thinks he's gonna just descend upon the tribes. All right, not realizing that divine intervention is gonna happen when he tries to do his prophets harm and the elect. And divine intervention is gonna take place, man. Isaiah 59:19. There's many others. Wisdom of Solomon. All right, and there's so many more. The Lord is going to activate upon Esau's madness, man. So let's go, man. Hey, let's press towards the mark, beloved Akim and Akwat. I'm gonna leave you with that. All right, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Hey, double honors to the beloved elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth, man. Hey, shalom, shalom.